Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a video and just kind of talk because I need to. You know, I met Kieran in Washington State where he was born and raised. I was born and raised in California, and I had moved to a few different states. Moved from California to Nevada for a while, and then back to California, and then moved from there to Washington, and met him. And I didn't like Washington. I wasn't about to start a family there, and so when we met, he wanted to get out too, even though he was born and raised. But he had done some military work and other stuff after that, traveling abroad. And so Washington's not for him. We're both very, very Christian and very Republican. And we're fine with other people having their own minds, beliefs, and views. But especially in Washington, you just kind of got damned for being different. They tell you that they accept the differences and they are open to, you know, your views and your uniqueness, but then when you're not really on the same page as them, they damn you. And you know, especially in Washington, they have this thing called the Seattle freeze, and they're not talking about the weather, they're talking about the people. I mean, it's really, really unique out there. And I think in about 5-6 years that I lived there, I made one true really good friend. I've got a lot of other friends that I keep in contact with. You know, they check in on me, I check in on them. You know, we're close, we love each other, but we're not like family, you know. And the one girl that I got really close to was one of my bridesmaids in my wedding, you know, and she's come out here to Tennessee a few times to come and see me and be in the wedding and just spend time with me when maybe Kieran was out hunting or, you know, whatever. Hi Brenda. But, you know, so it was really hard to meet people out there. I don't know how I ended up meeting the man I was going to marry and spend the rest of my life with, you know, like that was incredible. I think that was the only reason I was supposed to move to Washington, was to meet him. But that being said, we moved out to Tennessee to start a homestead, and everything's been going so quick. So I actually met Kieran in January 2020, right before COVID. And then, you guys need to scoot up. There you go. And then we ended up moving. We flew out to Tennessee in March to look at the house, and then we bought it and moved out in June. No, moved out in May. So we've been moving really, really quick with everything. I don't have any doubts about my husband. I've never moved so quick in my life with anyone. I won't get into the love story here, but we work. We're a perfect puzzle piece. We've been fitted by God. We work. That, no issues. I know we're good. Everything in life is good. Everything I'm about to complain about really is good. But sometimes you just need to rant. And as a woman, you really need to let it go. Let it out. Let it out sometimes. Just let it go, Elsa. I can't let it go. Females. Am I right? We're exhausting. But we moved out here to start this homestead, and we did everything really, really quick for the pure purpose of the election. We were like, oh my gosh, the election's at the end of the year. We really thought it was going to hit the fan. And so we moved here, we bought everything we needed to get. We bought sawmill, we bought a backhoe, we bought other crap, we bought animals, livestock, stuff that we thought that we would need to be prepared. You know, and that goes with all of our, like, canning stuff and prepared stuff and all the survivalist stuff. Like, we're taking these preparations because we know something is about to happen to, well, the world, and then more importantly to us in the US. So we're trying to prepare for that. So we're throwing everything together and still learning about each other, mind you. And I'm like, we're married now. We just got married in July. It's August 15th, 14th now, 15th. And we got married July 4th. It's 2022. Wait. It's 2021 right now. There's this, my brain is fried. It's fried. You know, and it's just been like one thing after another. You know, we're learning. We're the first generation farmers and homesteaders. He has done a little bit of it. I've done a little bit of it, but in no way have we done it to this extent and completely on our own. Like me, he's done it on his own as an adult. Me, I was in high school when we had our little hobby farm with some horses and chickens and bunnies, and that was really all we had. When Kieran and I first started doing this last year, we got goats. We got 9 goats. We had a whole bunch of pigs, a couple cows, a lot of chickens and turkeys and ducks. And then we had several dogs. We have several dogs, several cats. I had a bird, and we've lost. You know, I moved here with a bearded dragon, a cat, a dog, and a parrot. And I've lost everything, and a tarantula. And I've lost everything but my tarantula, my cat, and my dog. I don't know what I just got in my face. So I've lost my parrot. That was my baby. I've lost my, and so it's that, and then you're learning how to try to take care of these animals, which you think you know how to. You're doing all this research, but they're still dying. And you have a vet coming out telling you you're doing everything right, so it's weird that they're still dying. But it's a weird time, because even people that have been doing this for 20 plus years are having animals, the goats die, for example. It was the goats that we were having problems with. The pigs keep getting out, so we're chasing down pigs. And I don't know if you've ever been in pig poo before, but that doesn't rinse off. That is something that takes about 7 different baths and showers. You have to soak. You don't get to just wash your hands a whole bunch of times. You have to soak a whole bunch of times and then scrub. It's awful. It's awful. And you can ask everyone the remedy of getting rid of the smell. There is none. Tomato juice doesn't work. Dish soap, bleach doesn't work. None of it works. You're just going to stink until you don't. And that's frustrating, because that's gross. So you've got that, and then you're learning how to like take care of these chicks and then chickens, and learning like who can be with what. And I'm actually very blessed. If you watched any of my other videos, I put all of my animals together within reason. You know, the pigs have their own area, but the chickens go in there and eat with the pigs, and they leave them alone, and they all get along, and that's great. But all of the other animals are all really just together, and they get along. They're great. And of course, there's a couple little fights here and there that's normal between cocks and, turkeys and toms and all of that. But it's just, oh my gosh. So he proposed to me in August 2020. We got married 11 months later in July. So we took that whole time from trying to build up this homestead, not having the enclosures really set for the animals, because we put the cart before the horse, because we were like, well, let's just get everything we need just in case shit hits the fan, and then we can figure it out later after the election. But time's obviously gone by. The election happened, and it didn't blow up the way that we thought it would, but it's still slowly getting there. Hi, Cindy. But it's still getting there. Things are still going bad. They're still going south, and it's still going to blow up, but we don't know when. It's getting close though. So now that the wedding's done, and we had to spend all that time preparing for the wedding, because it was a 3-day event, mind you, on our property that we had to clear and get ready for. Because with COVID, I'm not in a 2020 wedding. Oh, it's 2020. Wait, no, it's 2021. Why do I keep doing that? What the hell? That's weird. Gosh, maybe I am really like mentally distracted. This is why I'm making the video, because I need to let it out. You know, so we had it, and with the wedding, you're not gonna tell me how many people I can have at my wedding. You're not gonna tell me that we have to wear masks. You're not gonna tell me that we can't have a wedding. I'm not gonna comply. I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm an American, and I will do anything that I see fit. And with that, we decided that we were gonna throw it ourselves because we're not gonna deal with it. We're in Tennessee though, so thankfully the Tennesseans, or however they're called, don't listen to the government because we all think it's shit anyways. So I probably would have been fine choosing a venue elsewhere, but why? You know, it's 4th of July. You can keep all the decor that you buy for every 4th of July after that. Like, everything that we built with our sawmill is stuff that we can keep and continue to use, or we can sell it, because we built these beautiful picnic tables and we burned them on the top, and oh my god, they're just spectacular. Everything that we built, reuse or sell. You know, so none of it went to waste. You know how much people spend on weddings, and then it's just a one-day event, and then you just throw everything away afterwards, or get rid of it, or try to sell it. I'm sorry, but that's fucking stupid. And the women who spend a fortune on their gowns are also stupid. I can't deal with any of that. Like, you're dumb. Like, it's a one-day thing. Yes, you need to look beautiful, but why would you waste so much money on a dress that you're just gonna wear once? So I didn't do that either. So I think I did everything right. We were really happy with everything. It was a 3-day event. We had camping for 2 of the nights, and we had solar lights everywhere, and solar lights you can't go wrong with either. So everything was just perfect, you know. And really, no wasted money. We had amazing neighbors come through to help us cook and serve. And I had our, he used to be our, I'm a volunteer firefighter. He used to be our president, but he's not anymore. But he is one of the local priests, or pastors, excuse me. And we had him marry us, and everybody just gifted us their service, their presence, their bodies, and we couldn't have been more blessed. But that all aside, planning all of that in a time of crisis has been insane. And what we're trying to do is catch back up to the duties on the homestead that we need to do, you know. So we're trying, like yesterday we went on a massive run for all this farm stuff that we needed, you know, and our honeymoon is supposed to be coming up soon, and we're trying to get ready for that. And we have a wallaby that we're trying to figure out a secure location for, and get the cameras set up on that, and get the locks set up on that, it's not built yet. So we were supposed to be doing it yesterday, and it got up to 90 degrees, and I get really, really bad heat exhaustion. So I don't work when it's really hot out. I can't, because I'll go down. It sucks. Like, I'm a Cali girl, and I lived in Las Vegas for a while. You think I'd handle the heat just fine? No. I go down bay at it. So, we didn't do it yesterday. We did a little bit in the morning. We're trying to get up earlier, you know, and that's another thing. Like, we're trying to learn how to wake up earlier. I always make the joke, because all of our friends out here are actually older. They're all our parents' age, and they all have kids, you know, in different states that we all get along with. But they're all older. And so I always make the joke, you know, we're bad at adulting. We're still figuring it out, you know. But it's true. Like, I don't know how to balance it all. I don't know how. With just 2 people, I can't keep a house clean. Cannot. He goes through so much laundry. And I'm trying to figure out how to be a housewife. I don't know how to balance between keeping this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, decent sized house clean. I don't know how we dirty the entire thing up within just a day or two of not working on it, and then it's like over the top filthy. And then I have to go and like take care of all of my birds, which is my thing. Kieran, my husband, won't go and do it. He would do it, but I don't let him because it's my responsibility. I keep bringing these birds home. It's my hobby. I love it, you know, but it is a responsibility. And he does help with the house when I ask him. He's amazing. My husband is amazing. But I just feel like it's a lot on me, and maybe I need to ask him for help more. I don't know, but I'm trying all these YouTube videos and Google images of how to prioritize my time better and organize my stuff better, and, you know, be a better housewife. I'm not good at it. I am almost 33 years old. I'll be 33 in November. He'll be 33 in October. You know, and I go over to like all of our friends' houses. Again, they're older, and everything's perfect, you know, and I'm trying, everything's always clean, and, you know, I'm learning how to can. Now I'm learning how to can. We got this community garden going. We got to learn how to go and pick everything, and then I got to bring it home and clean it and chop it up and then can it, cook it and then can it, and it's like I'm learning how to do all of this. All of it is so new to me. And I come from a family that's really high strung. There's just a lot of emotion, unnecessary emotion that kind of brews inside and just kind of comes out, and it's not pretty. And I've since disconnected from all of that because I don't want anything to do with that kind of living in life, and it's exhausting being like that. So I've actually cut that part of the family off, and everything in my life has lifted in how I am. You know, it's like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but when you're around really toxic people, getting away, and sometimes you don't know it until you actually get away from it. And that was my whole life. And so he used to always blow up. And I'm like, you know, and it's the generation before me and the generation before her is absolutely psychotic in that way. And I hate it. I've always hated that part of me. I've always hated that part of them. And so I've done nothing but try to cut that out. And cutting them out, I cannot express this enough, has been the best thing I've ever done. And I know that's really sad to say about your family, but my family is more important now. You know, my well-being, my husband, our kids, once we start, you know, having them, if God blesses us with that, you know, that's more important to me. And if anybody's ever been through something like that, comment below, you know, let me know your story. I've always been there for my family, and always, you know, chose my family first, and always wanted to be with them instead of hanging out with my friends, you know. And so that was really hard for me to do. But when you introduce this whole new lifestyle, some of my old me has been coming out a little bit more, because it's gone away. It's very far and few in between that I am ever not happy and fun and excited about everything going on. You know, I'm quite a joy to be around, is what people like to say, and that's new for me, and I love that. And that's what I strive for. So when the past like that comes back, it's hard. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now, is a little bit of that old me is coming back, and with all of this new stuff going on. And I haven't been able to go on any vacations because of COVID. We have had Hawaii canceled several times. I have had that booked for well over a year in advance. No, it was a year. I couldn't book more than a year. I used to work as a sales and catering coordinator at the Hilton properties, and our discounts were amazing. So I had like all these vacations booked after I was let go due to COVID. And because of COVID, they were all canceled. I had Mardi Gras booked. I had Hawaii booked. I think I had like Texas booked. I just went booking crazy because it was, because I could, and why not? all canceled. Every single one of those vacations were canceled because of COVID. And then we planned our honeymoon going to the Caribbean. No, we were going, well, it was Nassau in the Bahamas. So it was a amazing, I think it was a week-long cruise, 6-7 day long cruise. And it was oh my gosh, my husband is so amazing. He booked all of the excursions, the couples massages, the riding the horses in the water, the swimming with dolphins, like hands-on experience, you know, like there's a couple, and he did like the unlimited drinks, you know, like he really, really did it for me. And that was canceled twice. They canceled it one time because they wanted to test out vaccine-only cruises, and we are anti-vaccine. I've never even had flu shots before. I don't get the flu. I don't get sick. But, you know, that was canceled, and then then we were able to rebook it a few months later, and then they canceled it again for only doing vaccinated cruises, which are now coming back. They're all coming back sick. All these vaccinated people are coming back sick with COVID from these cruises. So it's been a big pain in the freaking butt. This whole everything with COVID, and I can't really say more, but we have some connections with knowing more about what's going on in the world, and it's terrifying, and we are nervous, and that alone is really working up my nerves because I can't handle what's going on in the world and what's going to happen. It's terrifying. I cried yesterday by myself because of it. It's scary. And so there's a lot of emotions. Kieran's Nana just died unexpectedly. He flew out to go see his papa, who wasn't doing well, and the day he gets home, his Nana was the one that died, even though she's been perfectly fine. So we actually think it was due to getting the COVID shot. She had to get it because of Papa. He's not doing well, and she thought it was best. We told her not to. But she did it anyways, and if she wants to do that, that's fine. But, you know, we know, again, a little bit more, and we think that that's what happened. That's what took her. And I won't get into that. That's private. But, you know, so there's that. My grandmother just died, and I wasn't allowed to see her because of COVID. So she died without me even being able to see her. So people are dying that we love. You know, you're figuring out this homestead, you're figuring out a marriage, you're still learning each other because we started so quickly, you know, and none of any of this I regret. I am happier than happy. But you're asking me, why am I freaking crying and being all dramatic and having hormones and stuff? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a lot at once. I don't know how to be a housewife. I don't know how we're going to have kids if I can't even take care of us. I don't know how to cook. I'm learning how to cook. You know, he's so much better of a cook than I am. So if anyone else is out there feeling as frustrated about life as I am, if you're new to homesteading, or even if you're not new to it and you're just overwhelmed with everything else going on in the world, just comment down below. Let me hear you vent. Let me read it, because I need to know. I know I'm not the only one, and I want to talk to people that are in the same boat as I am, because I need to talk to you. I need like-minded friends. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm still learning how to balance it all. You know, and today I went and ran errands because I needed to do it by myself. I don't ever run errands without Kieran, but I needed to have a minute. And he is never a problem for me, ever. I'm never mad at him or upset with him. He is so good. He is so good. I wish I could control my emotions a little bit better. But like I said, it is far and few in between. It's just, you know, he just got back from his grandma dying, and, you know, he got stuck in Colorado for 2 weeks because his car broke down, because he drove his car back, and he thought he was going to get it fixed, so he stayed in a hotel for a week and didn't. So we were separated for 2 whole weeks, just being married, you know. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. And we keep praying that God gives us the strength to keep moving forward. We know we'll be all right. You know, we know we'll be all right. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And now I'm about to go home and just talk to him, and we're just going to make each other feel better, because that's all we have in this world right now, and the way that it is, and the ugliness and the division, and learning how to try to freaking run a homestead and a house, and I think that's what it is, because I'm thinking about it and I'm talking about it and it makes me want to cry. It's a lot to learn when you've never had to do it before. Like I said, I worked in an office as a sales and catering coordinator at one of the biggest Hiltons in the Seattle area. I have a nice car and a bougie dog, and, you know, my dog's name is Bougie, but this is the life I wanted. This is why I chose him too. And I want this life because I've always known something would happen in the world, and you need to always be prepared. I would never give up any of this. I love my home. I love my state. I love my husband. I love our property. I love our animals. I love the work that it takes to run it. But sometimes, on days like this, you want to just rip your hair out. You just want to rip your hair out. There's always like deadlines. We're trying to go on our honeymoon and we're trying to build this enclosure. I mean, it's just always, there's deadlines. There's always deadlines. 11 o'clock. I haven't even let any of my chickens out because I stormed off to run errands because I needed a minute. I can't help when I bring more chicks home. They're not a problem though. It's just, oh God. Okay, I'm gonna go up my driveway and love on my husband. But talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Let me hear your problems too.